again today.
As he always does. Good night.
Wait! Come on! Don't be so cold! It's only 8 p.m. It's too early to be sleeping now. Listen to my story for a bit, please. I'm dying to talk to someone.
I'm not trying to be bored to death. All you ever do is repeat the same story over and over again.
All the more reason then. It's become sort of like our routine now. We can't stray away from routine, can we?
I never signed up for wasting my time on some burdensome routine.
Sheesh. Just treat it as a nightly bedtime story. Everyone loves those. You can't go to bed peacefully without hearing a bedtime story first, right?
How old do you think I am? We're not kids anymore. Besides, you're just full of cringe-fest stories every time you text me. Are you trying to curse me with nightmares?
Of course not. Why would I want to curse you with nightmares? They give me such pleasant dreams each night that just the thought of it makes me shiver in excitement.
Okay, stop right there. I don't need to know anymore. You know, just because blabbering about how hot Evan is every night helps you sleep well at night, doesn't mean it has the same effect on me. In case you didn't notice, not everyone has the same obsession as you. After having to listen to you every day, my ears start to bleed the moment you open your mouth.
Aw, come on. Don't say that. How can your ears bleed if you can't hear me speak? Texting doesn't produce sound. Not to mention, obviously, I can't talk about this at the office. So this is the only time I can actually gush about it.
Stop lying, Sasha. No one would believe that no matter how many times you say it. You hardly hold back even at the office. He's the first thing that comes out of your mouth in the morning and the last thing at night. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard you fangirl about him with how loud you speak.
Really? I didn't notice it at all. When you put it that way, maybe that's just me unconsciously trying to get the words out to him.
Uh-huh. Thought so. Well, that's your problem solved. Good night.
Huh? How is it solved? I said wait, didn't I? Don't jump to conclusions yet. Today I have something a little different I wanted to talk about. It's something really special.
Sure it is. Do you think I'd believe that after the first thing you text me being, "He's so hot"?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. This is something absolutely different. I promise I'm not going to fangirl this time.
If you say so. So, what's up? Is it still about Evan?
Of course it is! I've got great news. Today, our eyes met for the 30th time!
Sorry, I think I just swallowed some puke. I should have known better than to trust you.
Aww, don't be like that! I swear it's happening more often this past month. He must have started noticing my presence. My chance might be getting closer.
From a glance? Are you sure he didn't just think your boisterousness was annoying and couldn't help but look over?
Definitely not. More like he was enamored by my passion.
That's the funniest thing I've heard from you tonight. Seriously, Sasha. As long as that makes you happy.
You're ignorant to love as usual. You'll never get a boyfriend at this rate.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but I am already engaged.
What? What the heck? Why have you never said anything to me?
I only just got engaged this past week. So I was planning to tell you soon anyway, but I didn't think this was the way I was going to tell you about it.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You're definitely inviting me to the wedding, right?
Even though your crazy obsession with Evan makes me want to puke, yes, I was planning on inviting you.
That's great! But I never even knew you were in a relationship. How could you have kept that from me all this time? Don't I tell you everything? That's so mean. You have to introduce him to me next time.
Sure, we can go out to eat together sometime soon. But you have to promise me that you won't suddenly start talking about Evan the entire time. You wouldn't shut up about it the last time I invited you out with my ex. The mood got so stale.
Oh, come on! You know I can't promise you that.
Why not? There are so many other interesting topics to talk about. If you keep being so persistent about this paltry fixation of yours, you'll just end up being cringy and off-putting. How do you not realize that?
That's just nonsense. How would I be cringy? If you think about it logically, what man wouldn't want to know what kind of person his fiancé works for?
Huh? What kind of joke is that? What man would even care about such a minor detail? If it was what kind of company she worked at instead, it would be more reasonable.
What are you talking about? Such a man definitely exists. No, they should exist. Especially if the boss is someone like Evan. Who wouldn't be intimidated by a captivating man like him?
If you're sure about that. You know, you've really changed a bunch since starting at the company. Whether at the office or out in public, all you ever talk about is Evan. Don't you ever get bored of it? After so long, you must have, even by a little.
That's never going to happen. I could never get bored of talking about him. After all, everything about him from head to toe is just my type.
You've been like that since the day you got hired. It's been 5 years already, you know?
Really? It's been that long? I've been nurturing my love for him for half a decade then.
Your passion as his fan is overwhelming. However, I do have to admit that he's quite the looker, so I get your attraction towards him. He's even got a lot of admirers outside the company, too.
Exactly! Actually, I prefer to be called an admirer as well, not a fan. We're lucky to be able to be in his presence every day. All the women gossip about it all the time. Have you finally realized how amazing Evan Yates is?
Can't say I did, actually. I usually just ignore his presence. Since it has nothing to do with me, I don't really pay attention to all the gossip either, but I do wonder what other women in the company are talking about. As for being amazing, besides being in good shape, I can't really pick out anything else.
Hey! Are you trying to tell me he has nothing else going for him? Even if it's you, I won't forgive any bad-mouthing.
Okay, sorry.
But I still got to hear some good news from you after my nightly report. Which reminds me, congratulations on your engagement, Elle!
Thank you.
Let's go out for dinner sometime after work. I know a good place that just opened up recently. And you better bring your secret fiancé as well. I'm dying to see his face.
Okay, I'll ask him when he's free. Talk to you later.
Bye! Ellie! OMG! 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 OMG!
What is it?
OMG! OMG! Oh my God!
Will you calm down and just tell me what the heck happened?
I just found out that Evan and I were fated to be together. We used to be lovers in a past life. Oh my God! My heart is going to burst out of my chest! I can't breathe!
What the hell? Sasha? Ew, stop being so creepy. What craziness are you suddenly going on about? Also, didn't you take a day off today?
You're right. I did take a day off, and I'm not doing any crazy talk. What I said was true. To find out my fate, I went to get my astrology sign and palms read today.
What? Wait, you mean you went to a fortune teller? And you paid for something as absurd as palm reading?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I guess I didn't realize how serious you were about that kind of stuff. So, was it the fortune teller that told you about being fated with the president?
Yep. Oh my God. The moment she said that, I just couldn't contain my excitement. I had to tell you the great news immediately. Isn't it great?
How would I know? It just sounds like some sham to me. I mean, who even believes in fortune telling nowadays anyway? They only tell you what you want to hear. And even if it is true, what if she meant a different guy? There are a lot of people named Evan Yates out there. Evan isn't special.
Hey! He's special to me. and I made sure she had gotten the right person. I gave her all his necessary details. His birthday, mother's maiden name, favorite food, you name it. There's no way she meant any other person but my beloved Evan. Just thinking about being fated to him just gives me the shivers.
You're giving me the shivers with how creepy you sound. How did you find out all of that information anyway? I don't think any of that was ever published.
As his #1 admirer, of course I have my ways of finding out. This is the least I need to know about my man.
I'm not sure if that's really the case. Just make sure you don't go overboard, Sasha. Don't go crossing any lines with your infatuation.
No! What do you mean by that?
Don't misunderstand me. I don't mean whatever you're thinking right now. I'm just speaking with your well-being in mind.
I know. I was just joking. Whether as an admirer or an employee, I don't plan on crossing any lines.
Give me a break. Somehow when you say it, even as a joke, it's not that funny. You do understand that your actions speak volumes, right?
Yeah. I'll be more careful.
Good. Oh, by the way, earlier I stopped by your sales department for some work. I heard you've been taking quite a few days off lately. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. I didn't tell you about it. I have indeed been taking days off. So it was my colleagues who told you that? Did they mention anything about me?
No, they didn't go into anything specific. More like they asked me about you instead, thinking I had all the answers. Since you have been taking a lot of days off recently, they've been wondering if you had gotten a boyfriend or something. If that were true, I'd be the first to jump for joy. But it was definitely a surprise to see how big of an impact your liveliness actually had in your department. Oh, in case you're wondering, they didn't ask anything weird, so don't worry.
So everyone has been gossiping about me? Oh my. I took a few days off and now everyone thinks I have a hot boyfriend. What do I do now?
I mean, I wouldn't say it got that far.
I don't want people to start misunderstanding anything. What if Evan thinks I'm cheating on him?
I don't think you need to worry about that. They were wondering if you had actually gotten a boyfriend only because of how crazy you are about Evan. Taking days off meant seeing less of him. If you were okay with that, then wouldn't that mean you had at long last gotten over him?
Huh?
They were really happy at the thought of you finally finding love somewhere else. Good to know I wasn't the only one that found your obsession annoying.
What the heck?
There's no use getting offended. Everyone just wants you to be happy.
Did no one think that I was out with him at all?
Him? You mean Evan? Of course not. Why would anyone think that?
Well, whatever. There's no point in gossiping about my love life. He and I were lovers in a past life. So we're forever connected by the strings of fate, and nothing can ever tear us apart. My mind just can't stop thinking about it.
Strings of fate, huh? Everyone's concern is wasted on you. Anyway, I have to get back to work now. Don't forget, no crossing any lines, got it?
What? Stop that! You worry too much. I'm not going to be doing anything weird. See you later! Ellie! Oh my god! I'm so frustrated! You have to listen to what's been happening to me.
What's up? You don't usually text me on a Sunday.
My parents are being so annoying right now. I just need someone to complain to. So you have to hear me out. They've been pestering me about getting married soon. Seriously, why can't they just let me relax on my day off? I've been terrified of answering any calls because of them.
Really? Well, we are at an age where everyone around us has begun to start their own families. Maybe they're just worried about you.
No way! They don't care about me at all. Who cares about what other people do? They just want me to pump out some grandkids for them without thinking about what I want at all. Ugh! Not happening! I am not marrying whoever they want me to.
Wait, you mean they're trying to arrange your marriage? In this day and age? Wow, that's rare.
I know, right? They're trying to ruin my life.
Maybe they're just worried about your obsession with Evan. Knowing you, this might have been their only solution. An arranged marriage might even help you get over it. Who knows? Maybe the guy will end up being hotter than him.
Seriously? You said the exact same thing as my mom. You're so mean. The least you could do is support me over them. Besides, I already have a boyfriend, you know. We even promised to be together forever.
What? Wow! You have a boyfriend? Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I never heard anything about it from you. You keep badgering me about introducing all my boyfriends. The least you could do is do the same.
Sorry about that. It happened pretty recently. My wish finally came true. I really wanted to tell you about it sooner. I was too immersed in bliss to think properly.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by your wish came true?
Oh, come on. You must have figured it out already. You know there's only one man I could ever talk about. Who else could it possibly be?
Huh? Don't tell me.
That's right. My boyfriend is Evan.
What? What the heck are you saying? Are you serious right now? This isn't something you can joke about.
I'm dead serious. I would never joke about being with my love. I've been the happiest I've ever been. My life is so amazing right now. My unrequited love actually loves me back.
I see. So, it's not just another one of your fantasies.
Isn't that great? Everything is real now. You should be happy for me. Don't tell me you expected me to just remain as his admirer from afar my whole life.
Yeah, maybe that's what I thought. I don't think I've ever imagined the two of you would ever end up together.
The news must have shocked you then. But guess what? He's the one that confessed to me.
Really? So he confessed, huh? But I thought the two of you were barely even acquaintances. Since when did you guys even get close?
As a matter of fact, he was always aware of my existence, and he slowly started liking me back. His love was burning as much as mine, so it didn't take long for him not to be able to hold himself back.
Huh. I didn't think such a thing was possible.
Hey! You can stop being so rude now. Stop treating me like some kind of delusional pervert. Just because it sounds impossible doesn't mean it is. This is my fairy tale come true.
I'm just in shock. I'm thinking back to all the ridiculous stunts you pulled off to get here. How you would squeal like a zealous fanatic every time he walked through the door or passed by your department. Or how you would ambush him outside the company pretending it was a complete coincidence. Is that seriously how it all started?
You got that right. Now, don't you dare begin calling me cringe. My hard work is just finally paying off. It's not a dream any longer. He and I are actually dating now. I get to do all the things I ever wanted to with him. And to him.
Ew, no. Sorry, the cringe is real. Please spare me any more details.
Oh, come on. The least you can do is rejoice in your friend's happiness. Sorry I had to tell you like this. I just finally wanted to let it out finally. I hope you don't mind.
It's okay. I'm good. I wish you happiness.
Thanks! Talk to you later! Oh my god, Ellie! You won't believe what just happened!
What is it this time? Don't tell me. It's about Evan, isn't it?
Of course it is!
Again? Don't expect me to be enthusiastic about any more nonsense chatter this time of night.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that every time you text me, 10 out of 10 times, it's going to be about him. Unless it's of absolute importance. You gave me no reason to expect anything otherwise. Why wouldn't I react like that?
Ugh, whatever. I am trying to tell you about something super important that just happened.
I'll be the judge of that.
I told you it's super duper important. So just shut up and listen to me.
Fine, I got it. What's this important news about Evan you wanted to tell me?
Get this. He proposed to me.
What? No, wait. Seriously?
I know, right? I'm as shocked as you are right now.
I highly doubt that.
Of course I am. I mean, we just started dating. Surely we're moving a bit fast, aren't we?
I don't think I'm processing this. I need some time to think.
What's more to think about? It's exactly as the fortune teller said. We were lovers in a past life, so now we're fated to be together in this one.
Hey, are you sure he's actually Evan? No matter how good-looking the man is, you can't start calling him Evan just because you want him to be.
Excuse me? I've been his #1 admirer for years. How could I have gotten him mistaken for some damn look-alike?
Well, that is true. No matter how I rationalize it in my head, I just somehow can't believe it. How did he propose to you anyway?
Oh, you don't even have to ask me that. I'm going to tell you the whole story. It was during an entire elaborate date he planned. First, he brought me shopping downtown where all the big brands were at and told me I could get whatever I wanted. So he bought me a few new bags from Balenciaga, shoes from Jimmy Choo, and more clothes from Gucci and Chanel. He didn't even look at the price tags before swiping his credit card each time. Afterwards, he took me out to sea on his private yacht.
Yacht? Since when did he have a yacht?
Why wouldn't he? He's the president of our company. Money means nothing to him.
I guess, seeing how he splurged on you.
Oh my god, it was so frickin' romantic. We spent the time swimming as I seduced him in my new Chanel swimsuit and watched the sunset together.
Ew, too much. Anyway, get to the point. How did he propose? Was it on the yacht?
Although that would have made the experience perfect, he didn't propose until we got back to his place.
His place? You went to his home?
Naturally, since we are dating.
What did it look like?
Well, aren't you curious? He lives in an expensive penthouse overlooking the city. It's not too far away from the office.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's not just interesting, it's incredible. It looked like it cost quite a sum of money, too. On top of that, the view is just divine. He set up a candlelight dinner facing the view and whispered sweet nothings to me for hours. That's when he finally proposed to me.
What were the exact words he used?
He said, "Will you please do me the honors of becoming my wife?" Oh my god! My heart just wants to burst. He even said he had been thinking about our future for a long time already. So basically, me becoming his wife is just a matter of time.
Oh, really?
Don't tell me you're still in doubt. Please stop doubting me already.
I'm just speechless.
It really is my beloved Evan. Oh no, just calling him that gives me shivers. I'm going to be Mrs. Yates. On top of that, he said he will properly introduce me at the office tomorrow.
What? He said that?
Yeah. So there's no mistaking it, right? It's 100% him. Just wait for tomorrow and you'll see.
Okay. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night then. Since my beloved Evan is going to introduce me in front of everyone, I need to get my beauty sleep for the big reveal. I have to look good for both of us. Can't wait! Good night!
Good night. What the heck, Sasha? What kind of joke is this?
Are you already at work? Isn't it a little early?
I had to punch in early today to get some stuff done. I didn't expect to see such a daring company email the moment I arrived. I can't believe you sent this to the entire company.
Didn't I tell you last night? He said he was going to introduce me to everyone today. But I thought of giving him a surprise instead. So I sent that email to everyone ahead of time. What do you think?
What do I think? What am I supposed to think?
I thought long and hard about how to iterate our love story to everyone. After reading it, don't you just find it romantic?
I think when it comes to your love story, I have no say in what romance is anymore.
It's unique, right? You better save the email of your boss's future wife.
Sorry, I'm just blown away by all of this. I need a little time to wrap my head around what's going on. Regardless, I'll definitely be sure to keep your email and never delete it if I ever need a laugh in the future.
Aw, why do you have to say it that way? You're still making fun of me. I was just stating the obvious.
I don't think I ever thought it was going to get this far.
I don't care if you still don't believe me. Just wait until everyone arrives at work today. He will clear everything up. Everyone will have to believe us then. Don't blame me if he punishes you for constantly making fun of us.
All right. I think it's the first time I've ever laughed this much so early in the morning. It wasn't a waste to get to work early today. By the way, where are you right now?
Right now? I stopped by a coffee shop close by. I'm touching up my makeup before I arrive at the office. You just happened to text me as I was finishing up.
You sure are fired up about the whole thing. Well, all I can do is wish you luck.
Thank you! I'll see you in a few hours for the big reveal. This is all a mistake! I was lied to! I didn't think something like this would ever happen. This is the absolute worst!
Looks like you've gotten yourself into quite the pickle. I feel bad about that.
How can you act so calmly about this? I was deceived!
It's because I knew about it from the beginning.
What? You knew? What do you mean? Did you set me up? How could you?
Stop jumping to conclusions. I had nothing to do with what happened. However, that doesn't mean I'm entirely unrelated.
What do you mean?
I never really told you the truth because it was never a big deal to me. And I didn't want to add more to the drama with you. But in reality, Evan is actually my uncle.
He's your uncle? But your names are different.
He's my mom's younger brother, so we have different surnames. My mom's maiden name is Yates. It may not seem like it at first glance because the two have a huge age gap.
Wait. So you knew about him being married as well?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I know about my uncle's marriage? It was hardly a secret how much you fantasize about being with him. Knowing how big of a fan you were, I could even call you borderline stalkerish. Things like the two of you dating or getting engaged. I thought you were just being outrageously delusional.
What the hell, Ellie? Are you calling me crazy?
I do admit at one point I actually thought you were. Even admirers get a little over their heads sometimes, you know? If you go too far with your insane fantasies, you won't see clearly, even when reality smacks you right in the face. That's why I keep reminding you not to go overboard with your attempts.
How could I possibly have gone overboard?
Not to mention, Sasha, as his self-proclaimed #1 admirer, how could it be possible that you didn't know he was married? I highly doubt anyone in the company didn't know that simple fact.
I did know.
I knew it. So you constantly professed your love to him while knowing he was taken. Initially, when you said the two of you were dating, I thought that you were just making things up. But just in case, I had it investigated only to find out it was actually true. I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw the evidence.
You investigated us?
Yep. Well, it seems like at least the engagement part was still a lie, though.
It wasn't a lie. He was the one that originally confessed to me. He also proposed to me.
My uncle did indeed confess to you first. But when it comes to wanting to get married, it was you who started the whole thing, wasn't it? You coerced him into saying whatever you wanted.
Did he tell you that?
He didn't have to. While he's pretty unreliable, he did well in marrying an amazing woman. When my aunt found out about you, she stuffed a few things in his bag as a precaution.
What? What did she put in there?
Something like a mic and other stuff.
What? She bugged him?
Yeah. From the voice recording, she managed to get a lot of evidence. A bunch of them were you asking him to marry you or to buy you things. You even asked him to buy you a house. The audacity.
She caught all of that?
You're such an idiot, Sasha. How could you even try to get with him knowing he was a married man? That fact alone should have put everything to a stop.
Then why didn't you stop me if you knew? Isn't he your uncle? You could have at least done something to stop it from getting this far.
What made you think it was okay to accept his confession when you knew he was married in the first place?
But I thought that maybe he was going to divorce his wife and finally marry me. He's
Stop playing these dramatized versions of marriage in your head. You know that such a thing doesn't make sense if you think about it properly.
But I can't help it. You know how much I love him.
My uncle might be loathsome for what he did, but you aren't clear from any guilt either. So you better take responsibility for what happened as well.
What? Take responsibility for what?
You went out with him while knowing he was married, didn't you? His wife is planning on suing you for purposefully interfering with their marital relationship. In other words, you're going to be sued for alienation of affection. I wouldn't blame her either after all the stunts you pulled to get in his favor. Oh, and don't forget about your actual fiancé as well. I hear he's also planning on suing you, but for fraud.
What? What are you talking about? I don't have a fiancé.
Why are you still trying to hide it? Didn't your boyfriend propose to you recently?
How?
How did I know that? You shouldn't make my aunt your enemy. She's very scary when she's mad. She has many contacts in the business, so she made a few calls and got to the bottom of everything. She even contacted your fiancé about everything, you know.
No way! You can't be serious!
After you went on and on about your parents complaining about you not having a boyfriend or forcing you to get married, turns out you were actually already engaged. You're such a liar.
That's not true! I was going to break things off with him soon. I just wanted to be with Evan so badly that I forgot about it.
Even though he was married? Well, he and my aunt are planning to get a divorce anyway, so technically, you could still marry him if you wanted to.
What? He's getting divorced? Then I definitely want to marry him. I'll immediately break things off with my fiancé.
Oh, really? Makes me feel a little nosy. If you're okay with a jobless guy who owns a ton of alimony, then you do you. You're going to suffer a little, but I wish you luck. All in the name of love, am I right?
Jobless? What do you mean by jobless?
In truth, I'm actually next in line to be president of the company. My mom is the unnamed CEO and told me that he doesn't do a good job handling the company. So I was put to work here so I could take over sometime in the future. Weren't you regularly keeping watch over him? If you paid more attention to his work than his face, you would have easily noticed. Honestly, not only is he bad at his job, he's also a sleazebag when it comes to women.
Wait a minute.
Obviously what he did is unforgivable. My mom was livid over the whole thing, so he was dismissed from being the president.
He what?
But hey, it's all good now that he has you to support him, right? Since you've always loved him, haven't you? As you've said before, I'm too ignorant about love to understand your devotion.
Even if you say that, supporting him like this is a bit...
A bit what? Now that you found out your darling Evan isn't the president of a company, you suddenly don't love him anymore? That's a bit selfish of you, don't you think?
Hey, aren't I a victim in all of this?
A victim? More like you're suffering the consequences of your own actions. You should know by now that what goes around comes around. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be blocking you after this.
Huh? Why?
Let me tell you that I'm not your ally in this situation. After constantly ignoring my advice, don't expect any more help from me. Goodbye. Sasha's email detailing the actions of her affair with Evan breached company regulations and definitely disturbed a lot of people, so she was fired. My uncle Evan was dismissed from his position as the president, divorced by his wife, and left the company. In the end, the two of them also broke up. With both having to deal with the consequences of their affair, neither ended up living an easy life afterward. On the other hand, I am still working the same as before. In the next year or so, it seems like I will be getting more opportunities to study the work of an executive. I will be doing my very best to get ready for the responsibility. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Oh my God, Rachel, I just heard. After all this time, you were finally blessed with a baby? And you go and have a miscarriage? Is it true? Having a miscarriage at your age, that's pathetic. I bet you'll never get another chance. That just proves you can't do anything right, can you? Oh, you're worthless. I figured you'd have a snide comment to make about it. I knew it was only a matter of time before you messaged me. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? The last thing I need right now is this from you. What's this? You're the one who had the miscarriage and now you're acting like you're the victim? You're not the victim. It was. This proves you're a worthless woman and an even more worthless wife. It wouldn't surprise me if your husband left you because of this. I mean, can you think of any reason for a woman who can't give birth to even exist? You could find a woman better than you just by opening the front door and looking left to right. Worthless! How can you say something like that to me at a time like this? Do you have any idea how much I wanted this child? We were trying for so long to conceive, and I was so happy that we were finally going to have a baby. I did everything I possibly could for this child. Yeah, I heard all about that. I heard that's the excuse you use to get out of doing the housework, isn't it? You should be more like your brother. He does all the housework for me no matter what it is. He's a good husband to me because he knows I'm a good wife and I'm worth it. You don't do anything for anyone. I do the housework for my husband. It had nothing to do with me not wanting to do it. The doctor told me I needed to take things easy once I was pregnant. That's the only reason I got my husband to help me out more around the house. Yeah, right. Well, tell me this. If the doctor told you to take it easy and you did, then why'd you have a miscarriage? You did absolutely nothing around the house. You were a lazy slob for most of your pregnancy and still couldn't give birth to a healthy baby. So what the heck are you gonna blame this on now? That's exactly what I can't stop thinking about right now. I did everything I was supposed to. I did everything the doctor suggested. So why did this happen to me? Why weren't we blessed with a baby? What are we supposed to do now? Yeah, it must be pretty tough to realize you're not a woman. You can't even do the one thing that sets us apart from men, can you? And I know you were just trying to get me to feel bad for you there, but it isn't gonna work. What happened to you is your fault. I've got no sympathy for you. Children are supposed to be what a family's blessed with, but it seems even the Lord himself doesn't want to bless you with a gift like that. I think it's because you're a wicked woman who sits at home doing nothing all day and you don't contribute to your family. I think this might be karma, don't you? What? I'm wicked. Just because I didn't do the housework for a few months while I was pregnant. Why do you even care about that? You're not my husband. Because I think there's more to it than that. Tell me the truth. Were you doing a little too much activity during your pregnancy? What? You just accused me of not doing enough. I mean, you were fooling around with another man, weren't you? I bet that's why you were too tired to do the housework for your husband, isn't that right? And maybe why it put too much stress on the baby? What are you talking about? Where did you even get an idea like that? I can't believe you would even say that to me, let alone at a time like this. You're horrible. Oh, really? You're not fooling me. I think that innocent and pure act you put on is all fake. I think in reality you're the exact opposite. I bet you wouldn't hesitate to cheat on your man the instant his back is turned. You might be able to fool your husband and even your brother, but you're not fooling me. Where did this come from all of a sudden? I can't believe this. Just stop with this nonsense right now. Just leave me and my husband alone. It's too bad you can't have a kid. My kid is really adorable and everyone loves him. I guess I kind of do feel bad for you. You'll never be able to have a cute child like mine. My niece is really cute. She's adorable. I agree with that fact. But you don't have to say it to me like that. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It just slipped out. I guess it was pretty insensitive of me to say that to you. To a woman who isn't capable of giving birth to her own children. Don't you have anything better to do today than torment me? I've got work to do. Goodbye. You've got work. This fast after having a miscarriage? Wow, you must be really broke. I, on the other hand, am going out to an expensive restaurant tonight. It seems our standard of living is quite different from each other's, huh? Oh, is that so? And after dinner, I'm going out drinking and dancing. It's gonna be great. It's hard being a mom like me. I'm just so busy all the time. That's why I've got to go out and have some time to relax. Now that you're not pregnant anymore, you can drink again, can't you? I suggest you go out and have some drinks sometime too. But not with me. I'm surprised you have any friends at all. And I don't need you worrying about me.
Hey, Rachel, is Natasha there with you? Tell her if she's not going to come home for the night, she should at least message me so I know she's okay. You can tell her that for me, right? She's not answering my texts.
Hi, Lorenzo. What are you talking about? What do you mean Natasha didn't come home for the night?
Huh? She told me she's going to go spend the night at your house. Are you saying she didn't?
What? She was never going to spend the night at my place. The only thing she did with me yesterday was send me a bunch of horrible text messages. Why would I let her spend the night here after what she said to me yesterday? You must be out of your mind. I thought she was with you last night.
What? No. And she did what? I thought you and her were good friends. She's been hanging out with you a lot recently. At least that's what she's been telling me.
What? With me? Why would you think that? Just because I'm your sister? You think I get along well with your wife. She's the meanest person I know. I hate her. If you want to know what I think, I can't believe you married her in the first place.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I thought you two were getting along well. I thought you'd become good friends or something.
Me and Natasha getting along. She texts me every now and then, but it's never anything nice. I think she hates me more than I hate her. You obviously have no idea what she said to me yesterday, do you?
You guys hate each other that much? Are you being serious? Are you saying she wasn't texting you to get to know you better? I thought you two become friends.
No, not even close. Yesterday she was making fun of me for having a miscarriage. I can't believe anyone would be that insensitive and make fun of someone's baby dying.
She did what?
I don't want to talk about it now. And if she was stupid enough to say she was with me last night, then where the heck was she?
I have no idea, that's what I want to know. She's done this a few times. She said she was going out drinking or dancing with you and was going to stay at your house for the night. I just figured that's what she was doing, so I didn't press her for any more details or anything. But she hasn't messaged me at all since she left yesterday, not even this morning.
What's going on? Do you think something happened?
Hold on, I think she just pulled in the driveway.
Really? Well, if she's fine, then I guess there's no need to worry. Make sure you talk to her and see what's going on, though, because she wasn't here.
You can bet I'm gonna have a little chat with her. Sorry for bringing you into this, I didn't mean to bother you.
Don't worry about it, I just hope everything's okay. I forgot to ask you, what was up with that face you made before you stormed out yesterday? Was it something to do with the fact that you made a fool of yourself in front of your family? Your face was so red, you looked like a tomato. I wish I could have got a picture. Wait, was it embarrassment or was it anger? I can't believe you made fun of my miscarriage in front of my whole family. I'll never forgive you for that. And don't think for a second that anyone else thought what you said was funny. I don't care what they think. It's time they stopped treating you like the baby and realized just how worthless of a person you really are. I think I proved my point. You were so embarrassed and angry that you couldn't even think of a comeback to say. You're pathetic. I'm pathetic. Yeah, and you're too weak and cowardly to even stand up for yourself. I'm too weak and cowardly. I've had about as much as I can stand of you. I've been biting my tongue this whole time simply because you're my brother's wife. But if you think I'm gonna sit here and let you treat me like this any longer, you're sadly mistaken. Oh yeah? And what are you gonna do about it? If you got something to say to me, then just come out and say it. Let's hear it. I've got nothing but time. I'm sitting here getting a pedicure right now. For a stay-at-home mom, you hardly ever seem to be at home with your daughter. You're always busy doing something, aren't you? Yup, but I still make time for that little family reunion your side had, so stop complaining. Your family should be thankful I graced them with my presence. I should have just made an excuse and not have wasted my time, though. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. What do you mean by that? thought they got the family all together so you could get down on your knees and apologize to everyone for having that miscarriage. You got all their hopes and expectations up, and then you crushed them by not blessing your family with a child. You're worthless, and I thought they'd make you apologize for it.
Listen here, you little witch. You better hope I never see your ugly face again.
What's this?
If I ever get a hold of you, I'm gonna crush that pretty little face of yours. If you think you can say whatever you want to me and get away with it, you've got another thing coming. You have no idea who you're messing with, and I swear to you, if I ever see you, I'm gonna knock out all the teeth in your mouth. You're gonna be sipping your meals through a straw.
Huh? Who is this? It's still you, isn't it, Rachel?
It's been so long since I've kicked the snot out of a preppy little bitch like you. I can't wait for it. Tell me which salon you're at and we'll settle this right now. Don't even bother having them finish that pedicure of yours because I'm gonna rip out all your toenails right after I knock out all your teeth. And after I do that, I'm gonna make sure everyone knows your dirty little secret. If I were you, I'd run home and lock the doors. But soon, I don't think even my brother is gonna try to stop me from getting to you.
Rachel, this isn't like you at all. What's going on? I've never heard you talk like this. You're talking like some street thug or something.
Well, let's just say I've got quite the reputation around where I grew up. I've been in my fair share of fights in school, and I've put people twice your size in the hospital. I'm not scared of you one bit. Why do you think I never went to college? It was because I was expelled from every high school I ever went to. I had to get my high school diploma online because no school would let me enroll with them. I'm surprised my brother never mentioned any of that to you. I thought all those anger management classes were really helping me too. In fact, I know they were, because I've been able to bite my tongue and not punch your lights out all this time. But you not only crossed the line, you blew right past it. I'm coming for you. There's nowhere you can hide now.
Wait, just hold on. This isn't funny anymore. Stop messing around. Why are you so upset? I was just playing around. I didn't mean any of the things I said. You weren't serious about getting into fights and sending people to the hospital, were you?
If you think I'm kidding, why don't you try me? And if you think I'm the only one looking for you right now, you're wrong. I've called some of my old friends. There's not a lot of places around town that do pedicures, so I'm sure we'll find you soon enough. I'm gonna make you regret every little thing you've ever said to me.
Rachel, please. Oh my God. 2 rough-looking girls just pulled up on a motorcycle. They're walking around my car right now. They're not going away. They're just standing out there by my car waiting. Those can't be... They're not the friends you're talking about, are they? What are you thinking? Are you gonna have them beat me up for you?
No, I was gonna have them hold you there until I can come there and take care of you myself. But they're not too happy with what you said to me either. So I suggest you don't do anything to make them mad, or they might not want to wait for me to show up. Actually, I think I have another idea. Now that I know where you are and that you can't run from me, I'm gonna expose you for what you really are. You're gonna wish you never messed with me.
Rachel, we're both adults. Let's not do anything rash. Violence never solves anything. And what do you mean you're gonna expose me? I've never done anything to you in secret. I said that stuff about you in front of your whole family. I bet they probably hate me right now, huh? That's all the punishment I need, right? They'll never be nice to me again during any holiday or family get-together, right? There you go. I'm already exposed. Your whole family knows I said bad things about you. What more do you want?
Tell me, who exactly were you getting this pedicure done for? Who were you planning on meeting tonight? I spoke to Lorenzo today. You told him to watch his kid for the night while you go out with friends, didn't you? But your friends aren't going to see your feet, are they? So what's this pedicure for? The last thing you need to worry about is how your feet look. You need to be more worried about what I might do to your face. Then again, this'll probably work in your favor. After I mess your face up, you'll be sure to get that plastic surgery that you need so badly.
What? That's just rude. I don't need any plastic surgery on my face. I'm always at beauty salons. I look damn good. Everyone says so.
Stop avoiding the question. Where are you planning on going tonight? Who are these friends you say you have?
I don't need to tell you. You wouldn't know them anyway.
Do you think I'm stupid? You don't need to spend the night at friends' house all the time just because you go out drinking. Why don't you just get your husband to pick you up?
It's because I don't want to bother him late at night. Plus, he'd have to wake up our daughter and bring her along when he comes to pick me up. You can't leave a young child home alone, can you? And I can't drink and drive, so that's why it's just easier if I spend the night at a friend's house.
So what's the name of the friend whose house you're going to be staying at tonight?
It doesn't matter. You wouldn't know them. Stop asking me all these stupid questions.
Is it Rory Turner, married, 31 years old, a software engineer at Systech Ace for the past 7 years, promoted to senior staff engineer at the start of this year? Do I have all that correct?
How could you know all that?
His wife is Monica Turner, 30 years old, and Rory and Monica have a 4-year-old son together, don't they? I know everything you've been up to.
What?
You're a horrible person. How could you even think of touching a married man with a kid? Are you not ashamed of yourself? You're a married woman too.
Hold on, what the heck is going on here? How could you know all that? 1 minute you're a gangster and the next minute you're a detective?
It didn't take much effort to find that information out. All I did was phone a private detective. Maybe you should have kept your head out of your phone and talked to people at our family get-togethers. If you had, you would have known that my uncle is a pretty darn good private detective, and his son is training to take over the business. All they had to do was tail you for 1 hour and they knew everything. They said it was the easiest job they'd ever done. They couldn't believe how stupid and obvious you were.
Your uncle's a what?
Maybe if you hadn't told my brother you were staying at my house before, you wouldn't have been found out. But saying you're going out drinking and spending the night with the person who hates your guts gives off quite a big red flag, don't you think? You're such an idiot. You've been found out. I even called your little boyfriend over for a visit.
What? When?
Now. He's coming over now.
What? My boyfriend is coming over to my house. Now.
Not your house, to my house. But don't worry, your husband's gonna be here too. I came to my senses and realized if I rearranged your face, you'd have ammunition to use against me with the police, and maybe even a lawsuit too. But telling your boyfriend that you're married and telling his wife that you've been sleeping with her husband, that puts those two against you. And by telling my brother you're cheating on him, that's a third person who'll want your head. And that leaves me free to sit back and watch the carnage unfold and not have to worry about any consequences myself.
That's cold.
And I figured if I'm not happy with the results from this for some reason, I still have the option of beating your face in myself afterwards.
Oh my God. So let me get this straight. You're saying my husband knows about Rory and I.
He'll know in just a few minutes when I tell him. And soon Rory's wife will too.
Oh my God.
Oh, I think Rory just pulled into the driveway. I hope he brought his wife with him. I know he was supposed to meet with you tonight. But when I told him I knew that he was cheating, he agreed to meet me right away. How about you come here too?
No way!
My friends are still waiting for you out front, aren't they?
Yes?
So you can either drive here yourself, or I'll have them drag you here. It's your choice.
I can't believe this is happening to me. What's gonna happen to me now that everyone knows?
I don't know, but I think it's gonna start with you getting on your knees and begging everyone for forgiveness. Though I doubt you're gonna get any from anyone. And then you can tell everyone the truth about what you've been doing. Or I can show everyone the video evidence my uncle collected. Again, it's your choice. I'm being pretty nice giving you all these choices, aren't I?
Oh no! My phone is blowing up with text messages right now.
Everyone's pretty mad at you right now. It wasn't my brother and I that hired my uncle to check up on you. It was just me. My brother is just finding out about you now. The same time Rory is. You really shouldn't have told Rory you were single. He had no idea you were married and had a kid too. This is great.
I can't wait for you to get here and join the party. I can't believe this. Oh, and if you didn't know, my brother was quite the wild one too. Even worse than I was when we were younger. I hope he doesn't do anything to you when you get here. I'll give you 2 minutes to leave that place and start heading over here. Otherwise, I'm going to have my friends walk in there and drag you out kicking and screaming. Don't do that. I'm coming. I'll head straight over to your place. So please tell your friends not to hurt me. Hey, you started this fight. I'm just the one who's ending it. I'm sorry. I'll never do or say anything mean to you ever again. And I'm really sorry for your loss. I shouldn't have said those terrible things about you or your baby. It's too late for an apology. Your apology means nothing to me anyway. And by the way, my brother said he's divorcing you. He said what? Hold on, you've got to be kidding. I cheated, I admit it, but there's no reason to divorce me. Ask him if there's any way he'll forgive me. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? A second chance? Are you talking about you cheating on my brother? You treating me like garbage? Or you making fun of me and my deceased child? All three. You've been given too many chances already. 3 strikes and you're out. Even if Lorenzo didn't care about you cheating on him with Rory, he's not forgiving you for what you said to me. I showed him the messages you sent me. It's all over for you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I can tell you what's going to happen to you. You're going to get divorced and you're going to get sued for compensation money. Lorenzo is suing you for cheating, and it sounds to me like Rory's wife is planning on doing the same. Because I think you just broke up their marriage too. You better hope you don't have to pay Lorenzo child support on top of everything else you're going to be paying. What? Hold on a minute here. I don't have a job. I'm a stay-at-home mom. How does anyone expect me to pay for any of this? Get a job and work it off like everyone else in the world, idiot. And to think you were making fun of me before. You're nothing without my brother, and because of this stunt, you're not going to be getting anything from him when he divorces you. And Rory's wife is going to chew you up and spit you out in court. They plan on suing you for every last cent they can. After that, Natasha rushed to Rachel's house, half because she thought she might be able to get the situation diffused, and half because she was scared of making Rachel or her friends angry. When she arrived, Natasha got down on her knees trying to apologize to everyone for what she'd done, but nobody was having any of it. Lorenzo was firm with his decision to divorce Natasha. He even decided that he was taking full custody of their daughter. And Monica was firm with her decision to divorce Rory for cheating and to sue Natasha for compensation money for destroying her marriage. In the end, Natasha got nothing from Lorenzo in the divorce. The compensation money she was forced to pay Lorenzo for cheating on him negated anything she would have been entitled to. She was, however, forced to pay Monica a substantial amount of money for Monica's lawsuit against her. Seeing as Natasha had no money of her own, this devastated her. Because Natasha had no prior work experience, she could only get part-time jobs working in fast food, which obviously didn't pay well. She's currently working day and night trying to earn enough money to cover the cost of living on her own, as well as to pay off Monica's lawsuit against her. And to think all this started just because Monica wanted to torment Rachel? Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time!
Have you divorced your husband yet? If you haven't left him already, hurry up because I'm waiting.
I'm so sorry, but I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and forget about these messages. Honestly, I think you'd probably better double-check your contacts. Well then, I'm going to end the conversation here.
Hold on a second. This is Lucy, isn't it? Your husband is Nathan, right?
How do you know my name?
See? I know exactly who you are. I knew I was talking to you from the start, you selfish old witch.
Excuse me? Selfish old what now? Hold on, just wait a second. You said you knew me. What do you want from me?
I already told you what I want from you. I want you to hurry up and leave your husband. But just in case you didn't understand, I'll say it again. Hurry up and break up with Nathan.
Sorry, who are you? And why are you messaging me all of a sudden? Also, why the hell would I listen to the request of some random person I've never even met?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's only one reason I tell you to get a divorce. Duh. Don't worry, I'll spell it out for you though. I'm dating your husband.
Excuse me?
Oh, right. How rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Nathan's girlfriend, Maria. Nice to meet you, by the way. I've been dating Nathan for about 2 years now.
2 years?
That's right. I've been waiting for the day I can finally marry the love of my life for over 2 years. That's why I want you to hurry up and break up with him. Besides, Nathan's always talking about how much he wishes he could leave you to be with me.
Sorry, I just need a minute to process what you're saying. So, let me get this straight. You knew that Nathan was married, am I right? That you still went ahead and decided to pursue a relationship with him?
Of course! Why wouldn't I? We don't like to keep secrets from each other.
This has to be a joke. So, you began dating him knowing he was married, right? And now you're pushing for him to get a divorce?
Yes! What's so crazy about that? I just want to be with the man I love. All I want is to hurry up and get married so that I can support my husband, the president of a successful company, as his loving and adoring wife.
You want to support him as a loving and adoring wife?
Look, Lucy, let me be real with you. I get why you don't want to divorce your husband. Being the wife of a company president who runs a successful business is an amazing position worthy of respect. And of course, you don't want to lose that. Plus, think of the luxurious lifestyle you have to lose, all thanks to your husband's job.
I'm sorry, what?
I know this must be hard for you, but very soon your position and your lifestyle will all become mine. And then you'll just be the lonely and miserable old divorcee who lost her husband to a younger woman.
Hold on a second. Why the hell am I listening to you spout this trash? I can't believe you were selfish enough to make a move on a married man. You've really got some nerve walking around with an attitude like that.
Go cry me a river.
Do you understand what's going to happen to you now? You do realize that you made a move on a married man, right? You're about to find out what happens when you mess around with someone else's husband.
Oh, I'm about to find out what happens, am I? What are you going to do? Sue me?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. The fact that you even went so far as to message me, his wife, so confidently is really the icing on the cake. Don't you even care about being sued?
I'm so sorry, Lucy, but I'm not scared of being sued in the slightest.
Excuse me?
I'm already prepared to pay whatever I need to. That's why I decided to message you directly to tell you to leave your husband.
Wait, you mean you've already set money aside in case you get sued?
Ding ding! She's finally got it! Now that that's all clear, can you hurry up and divorce Nathan now, please?
Hey, Dean. I'm so sorry for texting you so suddenly. Do you happen to know where Nathan is at the moment? Hi, Lucy. Nathan is out on his lunch break at the moment. I don't think he'll be back for at least another hour. Oh, so he's gone out for lunch. Did something happen? I can pass on a message if you'd like. No, don't worry. It's nothing. Plus, it's not related to work. I think that this is definitely more of a private topic. Do you have a bit of time to talk right now? Sure, I'm just in the middle of my break. I know I really shouldn't be asking you something like this, but have you heard anything about Nathan having an affair at all? What? Is he having an affair? It looks like it. Someone reached out to me a few minutes ago. It was a woman claiming to be Nathan's girlfriend. What? He's having an affair and she texted you? Like on purpose? Right? I was shocked too. I need to ask Nathan if it's true, but he's not answering any of my calls. I see. Have you seen or heard anything that would suggest he's been cheating? Anything at all? I haven't seen or heard a thing. When you said he'd been cheating on you, I was shocked too. Oh, right. Well, if you don't know anything, then I guess there's not much I can do. You're with him all the time, after all. Hold on a second. Now that you mention it, I do remember something. He has been stepping out of work a lot recently. Really? I don't care how insignificant it is, but please just tell me everything you know. Well, he went out for lunch today. I know it probably doesn't sound that strange. The only thing is, until a few years ago, he used to order his lunch at the office because he said it was the only place he could eat in peace. He's been doing this for years? Yeah. Also, all his appointments for today were out of office. He used to take most of them online, but for about a year now, he's been going out to meet with clients. And when he does go out, he usually doesn't come back for at least a few hours. Plus, lately, it's become quite difficult to reach him more often now. Hey, Dean. I know I've already asked a lot of you, but is there any way I could see his schedule for the last 2 years? Also, all of the days and times you couldn't contact him. If you could get all of that information together for me, I'd be willing to personally pay you a generous amount for the extra work. Wait, seriously? Yeah, of course. Have you been using your vacation time? I heard it was pretty busy up until recently. Actually, I haven't had a single day off in over 6 months. Things at the company have finally settled down, though, so I booked a few days off starting tomorrow. My God, that man. He's always overworking his employees. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off if you want. Can I really take the rest of the day off? That would be great. Sure, of course you can. In fact, consider it an order. I'll tell my husband later, so you don't need to worry about telling him. Thank you so much. Could I ask you to do something else for me? I know I've already asked for a lot, including asking you to get my husband's schedule, but do you think you could keep this conversation between us? It would really mean a lot. I mean, if this is an official order from the president's wife, then I have to follow it. Okay then, let's call this another order from the president's wife then. Enjoy your time off.
Hello? How long is it actually going to take for you to leave Nathan? It's been weeks and I'm still waiting.
I know, and I'm so sorry I've made you wait so long. But getting divorced is trickier than I imagined. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
What?
I tried getting Nathan to open up about the two of you, but he won't say a word about your relationship. I think he had enough after a while because he hasn't come home for a week.
Well, of course he hasn't gone home, silly. He's with me right now.
What a shock. He can't handle having a conversation about the divorce, so he runs off to you.
Do you finally get it now? He chose me over you. Just give up and get divorced already.
You know what? You're right. I can't wait to get a divorce. But at the same time, I don't think that I can just end my entire marriage without some kind of apology or even a reason.
I don't really care what you think. This is all some kind of tactic to draw out the divorce, isn't it? Of course, there goes the selfish old witch again, clinging to something that doesn't belong to her.
Excuse me?
Fine. If you won't speed up the process, I will. I'm going to offer you a huge sum of money, and then you're going to take it and leave your husband. How's $75,000 to cover the amount in damages, huh?
Are you serious? You'd be willing to pay that much?
Duh! So you're going to back off and get that divorce now, right?
I guess so. When you're offered that much money, everything seems insignificant, am I right? But I am curious. How can you afford to offer that much? I doubt that's the kind of money a young woman just starting out in life can afford to pay so easily.
Don't underestimate me. If I really wanted to, I could get that money together right now.
How is that possible?
I work at a strip club, so I make more than enough.
So that's what you do.
Nathan and I actually met while I was working one night. Under normal circumstances, we're not allowed to have relationships with our customers, But I couldn't just let the president of a successful company slip away now, could I? Plus, all the girls I work with end up marrying men with money and power.
Right. So you specifically chose my husband, Nathan, then?
Of course! He's kind and good-looking. Not to mention, he's the president of his own company. What's not to like? I couldn't have picked a more perfect man. And that's exactly why I need to become his wife. I'm offering you $75,000, so you'd better hold up your end of the deal and divorce him. Unlike you, I was born to become the wife of the president.
I mean, that's all well and good, except I'm his boss.
What?
I don't care if your life's goal is to become the wife of the president of some company. In fact, be my guest. But if I were you, I would watch my behavior and choose my words very wisely from now on.
You know what? You really do come up with the most unbelievable trash. I'm his boss. You're right. There's no one above the president.
Oops, sorry. You're right. He's the president now too, I forgot. I'm not sure if you know this, but he used to be my subordinate. It's hard to shake off the past sometimes, you know.
What did you say? He used to work under you.
Yep. Our marriage started off as an office romance. After we got married, I was doing really well at work and managed to work my way up. Nathan, on the other hand, kept making mistake after mistake and was demoted instead. After a while, I became his boss. But Nathan couldn't deal with his wife being his boss, so he left the company to start his own.
Okay.
He left the company in a hurry and didn't plan what he would do after he left very well. So, for a while, he couldn't find any work at all. Finally, though, he ended up finding work as a subcontractor with my company through one of his connections.
Wait, what?
So, I guess it's true. Nathan is the president of his own company now. But our professional relationship is the same as it was when he was my subordinate at the company we used to work at together. What hasn't changed, though, is that he still makes a lot of mistakes. Oh, and he always takes his anger out on me.
Hold on a second. I need a minute to process this.
Sure, take all the time you need.
Let me get this straight. Nathan runs his own business, right? He told me he has his own employees. So I thought it was a normal company.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you count having one employee as enough to call yourself the president of your own company. In all honesty, he can't even afford to hire anyone full-time. He only does it so he can tell other people that he's the boss of his own company.
He wouldn't do that.
Hey, I understand getting excited at the thought of getting yourself the president of some company. I'm just sorry he turned out to be such a disappointment. Surprisingly, starting your own business is a lot easier than you would think. Even if the president is as useless as a glass hammer.
Wait, hold on. You're lying to me. He wouldn't do that to me. He paid for all of our dates. He always gave me designer handbags.
Well, there you have it then. That's a man's pride for you. Luckily, he didn't touch our shared bank account. I'm sure his personal bank account is completely empty by now, though.
What?
To put things simply, I'm his wife and his client. So that means I know how much he's being paid for the work he's doing at the very least.
Just wait. I need a minute. There's one thing I need to know. Let's say I did marry Nathan as planned. Does this mean I wouldn't be able to live the life of luxury I had planned? I was meant to live in the penthouse of some high-rise somewhere.
Honestly, I think it would be faster for you to continue working at the strip club and save up than rely on Nathan.
This can't be happening.
Okay, well, I'm going to get the divorce papers now. I'll sign them by the end of the day. Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be expecting the $75,000 you offered in damages by the end of the month. Don't forget, you're the one who suggested such a large amount. Sorry to bother you, Lucy. Do you have a minute to talk? Sure, what's up? Aren't you supposed to be on vacation? About that, I just got a call from Nathan. He called to tell me he's dissolving the business and that I'm fired. He said he couldn't afford to keep me on anymore because the job we were working on was terminated.
What?
So, Nathan decided to give up the business then. Is this my fault? Am I the reason this subcontracting job fell through? Did I do something wrong?
It wasn't your fault, Dean. The job falling through had nothing to do with you at all.
This is all my fault. I'm so sorry. Do you remember the design proposal we submitted for this month? The truth is, I was the one who designed it. All the way up to the final checks, I was the one who did everything. If you've decided to terminate the job based on this month's design plans, please reconsider. I'm begging you.
Wait, what? You're talking about the design plans the firm submitted for this month, right? Do you mean to say that you created them all on your own?
Yes. Nathan said he was busy meeting with clients for the next job. So this month he left me in charge of creating the whole proposal for the first time. I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would be bad enough to get us kicked off the job.
Wait, hold on a second. This is unbelievable. I can't believe he would say that to you. What's worse, I can't believe he'd push all that work onto you.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fix the proposal. So please, I'm begging you to reconsider. Please give us one more chance to prove that we can do the job. I never dreamed that anyone in this industry would be willing to hire someone like me with no experience. Please, this is the only chance I've got.
Calm down, Dean. I promise the job falling through had nothing to do with you. Actually, I thought the design proposal for this month was amazing. In fact, I think it's the best one we've ever got.
Really?
To tell you the truth, Nathan and I are getting a divorce. Do you remember earlier when I told you that Nathan's girlfriend reached out to me?
Oh, that's right. So it all ended up being true then.
I'm afraid so. I really can't believe that he would be bold enough to cheat on me while working as a subcontractor at my company. What's worse, he just dumped all his work onto you while doing it. I think the only reasonable option was to break off our company's partnership with his firm. You can't put someone with no social credibility in charge of an important job.
So, this really wasn't my fault?
Not even a little bit. In fact, I've heard really great things about your work. If you're up for it, how about coming over to work for us?
Wait, what?
The design proposal you came up with for this month was flawless. And you managed to do it start to finish all by yourself, right? You're more than capable of doing the job. We'd love to welcome you as a full-time employee here.
You'd really hire someone like me?
You'll have access to a lot of employee benefits with us. Plus, you can expect more than a few bonuses here. I know nothing's been put into writing yet, but let me just tell you, you can expect at least double what you earned at Nathan's company here.
I'd be honored to work with you. I can't believe this is happening.
How about we go grab a coffee and sort out the details soon, okay? Just tell me when you're free so we can sort out a day to discuss it all. I'd love to organize a time for you to have a sit-down chat with me in the HR department.
Definitely. I'll check my schedule and get back to you as soon as possible.
Hey, Maria. I still haven't received the $75,000 you owe me yet. Excuse me? Why the hell would I pay you that kind of money? Especially since I decided not to marry Nathan after all. Besides, we broke up. What? I'm letting you have him. I don't want him anymore. So there's no need for me to pay you damages.
Hold on just a second. Not so fast. Don't you remember? You already promised me that money. I did exactly what you asked me to and got a divorce.
And what's that got to do with me? Why would anyone want to marry someone else's leftovers? Don't you see that I was tricked? I'm the real victim here.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that happily cheating with a married man for months makes someone a victim.
Yeah, well, in this case, it does. I thought that if I could just get my hands on Nathan, I would finally have everything I wanted. But that idiot has no work coming in. He fired his only employee and he gave up his business. If I went ahead and married him, I would be miserable, obviously.
So the shoe finally dropped, huh? Good for you.
This isn't a joke. I'm telling you, I'm not paying you a dime. I'm giving him back. So how about we just put this whole thing behind us and pretend like the whole cheating thing never happened?
I can't do that. Besides, I've already gone through with my end of the deal. So I'll be expecting the damages money you so kindly offered to pay, as promised. After all, wasn't it you who offered to pay me $75,000 to leave my husband in the first place?
Huh? And so what if I did? Promising something over text is the same as saying it out loud. It has no meaning. I have no reason to be scared of breaking some insignificant promise.
Is that right?
Why would I just give you $75,000 for nothing? I didn't sign a contract, did I? A promise like the one I made to you has no value.
I am sorry to tell you this, but even something written over text can be used as a contract. Seeing as that's the case, I can sue you for evasion of payment.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know? Of course, a contract written up and signed by both of us would have been the best choice, but texts and emails go quite a long way when it comes to proof of contract.
Are you serious?
I made sure to write out that you offered to pay me $75,000 to me in damages, which you then confirmed. After that, I set a deadline for the end of the month, which you also confirmed. All of that was just to make sure that any third party who looked over this conversation could see what you had agreed to. I think that's enough proof of a contract, don't you? I can use this text conversation to sue you for what you owe me.
This can't be happening. I didn't know about any of this. This isn't fair.
No, you know what's not fair? The way you tried to worm your way out of paying for ruining my marriage. Well then, I'll be waiting for your wire transfer. In the end, Maria didn't end up paying me the money on time. After waiting over a month for her to pay up, I had no choice but to turn up at the strip club she worked at. As soon as she saw me there with my lawyer, her face went pale. Shortly after that, her manager caught wind of the situation and decided to get involved. Maria was forced to pay me the $75,000 she owed me right there on the spot. Later on, I heard that Maria was in big trouble with her manager. Since she had broken the rule banning relationships with customers, it seems like Maria had to pay another several $1,000s fine to keep her job. As for my ex-husband, Nathan, I haven't heard that much from him. Apparently, after dissolving his business, he began living and working part-time at a convenience store to make ends meet. Dean, on the other hand, who we brought over from Nathan's company, has been a great help. Not only is he excellent and efficient at his job, he's learning so quickly. I think he can become one of our star employees.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more.